Video number 3 on the Geo Pro Rockwood RK12. Today's video we're going to try look at maybe a few things where you have to be set up for things at your campsite and whatnot. So we want to kind of point out a few things that maybe you can prepare for as far as being ready for camping. We're going to start right here with this wonderful, not really, green AstroTurf indoor outdoor carpet. Again, this is basically for use on the outside. So you'd probably put this over here on the side of the RV. That's a huge plus. We're gonna go here also and look at this rubber mat. Now these things are a huge plus. We bought these at Lowe's for about $24 a piece. These mats are great for when you're out in the weather. They're really good for like catch-alls. We also got the ones with the really big holes in there. So anything that may come off of our feet that the indoor outdoor carpet may not get will definitely come off on this rubber mat. As you can see, I have some chop blocks right there. It's very important to get those. These help your trailer not move around and have a lot of issues per se. Without those, these little trailers they'll definitely move on you. They're already light as it is, and they'll definitely move quickly. Again, we have another one here. Again, this is hey everybody, meet Cho. Actually his name is Chosen, but yeah, this is the vicious dog that you guys heard in the last video yelping. He's a palm sheep, even though he doesn't look quite like a palm sheep. Guys, excuse my next door neighbor, they're out there trimming trees or bushes or something in front of their house. So but again, you see the rubber mat here in the rear of the camper. Extremely important to have that, simply because again, when you're back here, you're doing food prep or whatnot in the rear kitchen area, you want to be able to have something that will keep yourself squared away and whatnot. We're going to come over here with my wife Nicole. We're going to show a few things that she's actually packed. Now we've got totes, and what's cool is that our actual trailer can carry a certain amount of weight over what we have as far as the trailer itself. And we've taken the time to do a lot of pre-prep, getting ready for our trips. Inside these totes, you're going to see quite a few things. In this particular tote, we have packed away gas lines, mosquito repellent. This is the side table that goes in the trailer. Some extra blankets, brooms. We have a projector screen, mini fan. We have the flat hose Aqua Joe. The reason we got that is because it's just much more easier to manipulate when you're out at the campsite. We have some replacement cells in here. We also have our griddle. No, I'm sorry.
That's the electric cord.
This is the electrical cords and whatnot while we get at the campsite.
It's ours.
We have some slide clamps here. I'm not quite sure what we'll ever need those for, but we got them anyway. Just in case we got to lock something down while we're there. Right here, we have our first aid kit. Has all kinds of things: Tylenol, hydrocortisone cream, yeah, Band-Aids, palm cream, aloe for bug bites or sun burn, allergy medication, you name it, it's all in there. We also have our Doggy waste bags. We brought those from 5 and Below. They're pretty cheap, but they work really well. Spices and whatnot, condiment bags such as shampoos, deodorants, you name it, masks if we need them, toothbrushes. We have our outside shower with some wet wipes. You definitely need wet wipes. Another really important thing here, guys, is the freshwater fill gauge. This helps out a lot, along with the water regulator, pressure regulator here, valve. These things are extremely important to have while you're out there. inside the in the last video you guys may have seen, we had some of these moisture eliminators in there, and basically what they're for is, like, most likely in colder weather, your camper has a tendency to get moist and kind of wet inside, so we try to withdraw as much water out there as possible. And this final tote, we have the griddle. We have an actual charcoal grill, an oven mitt, something to clean the grill with, a scraper. My wife had a great idea. She used the actual toilet rolls from inside the house, and she stuffed those with the lint from the washer and dryer for fire starters. We also have a propane burner in there and the extra gas lines, and those are really awesome to have. And again, these are all prep boxes that we've made up here to make our trip so much easier. We also got the dog's bed here. We had to have somewhere for him to sleep, so he'll be sleeping in here with us, believe it or not. And this will give you guys a close-up view of the kitchen. We do have a microwave, we have a sink. This is an interchangeable faucet head right here.
For our shower.
We can disconnect this and actually put our shower head up here, and that'll help out quite often as far as being able to take a shower back here. Spices, we've used command strips galore in this particular camper. They're everywhere, but they're great. They're great for the opportunity to put things where you want. All Rockwoods come with this cool bottle opener, so if you want to drink a cold one or something, have a cold soda, it'd be great. We have plenty of command strips here to use, and all of our utensils, or quite a few of our utensils and whatnot, will go there. Up here, plates, various condiments, dish rags, you name it. So many things are up there. And like I said, even over here behind the sink, you'll see that we have like things like fresh scent wipes, Colgate, and dishwashing soap, and all of these things are great. We also purchased this little towel rack from Walmart to hang our towels in. All of the things you see in here, my wife actually situated all of these things, but we kind of forecasted on a lot of these things prior to us actually getting the this whole thing set up, because it was like pretty bare bones in here, but you want to try to think of as many things as possible. And the good news about the RKs are that, being that there's such little space in the rear of the actual kitchen area, when you're traveling down the road, we're going to hardly have anything really, jumping around. And again, we have this little fridge. It's not a 12 volt. It's actually hooked into electricity. So we have a inverter beside the actual refrigerator, but the only thing about that is that the inverter can only carry so many watts of power, so you don't want to overdo it. If not, you'll start popping fuses and causing all kinds of issues during your camping trip. Everything you see that looks like it's been attached with really heavy duty command strips, and they've actually held really well. We put them up pretty much during the winter months, and they actually withstood the cold and did really well. This particular trailer has a galley tank right here. The galley tank is pretty much how the same operations that a black tank would have on a larger RV. And again, you can see the stabilizing jacks down here. Again, your stabilizing jacks are not for leveling your trailer. They're just for the simply stabilizing. I would suggest that you might want to keep some WD-40, some sort of lubrication oil or whatnot to keep on those. They're really important. I wanted to come back over here really quick. My wife bought this bowl, and basically what the bowl is, it's just a pop-up bowl for the dog's water. We have one for food. Right here under the table, you see we have a spare toolkit. The fast 10 blocks are basically for leveling. If you have a situation where you're on unlevel ground, these are great. We bought those from Camping World for about 40 bucks, I believe. We have I believe that's a 7-gallon water Aqua tank. That is going to be what we actually drink water from. We're going to be bringing our water from home. Most of we're weekend warriors, so we're mainly going to be out at the campsite no more than 2 to 3 days maximum. So I think 7 gallons will pretty much hold us as far as drinkable water goes. And beneath that, well, that's exactly what you think it is. It's the poop bucket. Like you said, these trailers do not come with a bathroom inside, so if you're not using the restroom at the camping site, you also need to be prepared by having your bucket. Now, again, I know a lot of people might think that's not for them, but that's okay. The best way that I understand that this works as far as that bucket may go is we purchased from Walmart a sittable lid that actually operates pretty much just like a regular toilet, and it does really well. That you can sit down, is very comfortable. Once you're done, what we do is the bags are actually placed inside the actual bucket, and when you're done, we have a mixture of cat litter and pine bedding mixed together inside the bucket for smells and keeping down on the waste smell. And then once we're done, we actually discard the bags properly in the proper receptacle bins. So that's extremely important. Again, those are just a few things. And then finally, last but not least, you have your 2 propane tanks. What's really important about the propane tanks is that when you're utilizing those tanks, when you're done, you want to make sure they're shut off. Cut them off, because the last thing you want to do is get out to your campsite and you're ready to prepare a meal, and guess what? You're really not going to be preparing a meal, because you're not going to have any gas, which means you got to run out to the local store, grab a bunch of things that you didn't really necessarily want to have to go and buy at the last second. One last thing I wanted to cover that I didn't cover in the last video is multi-system of locks. Now, as you guys can see, this is a pretty small trailer. This thing can pretty much be towed by virtually anything, small cars, whatever. I have a 2017 Mitsubishi Outlander. It is not the sport version. It is not the larger version that has a larger engine. I actually have the econo version, and I've actually added an aftermarket tow kit to it along with a 7-pin plug, and it has the auto brake and everything that's been put into it. So it's been a lot of aftermarket work to get it up and ready to tow, but it does a great job. Its towability is about 1,750 pounds, and you know, as far as tow weight. So what I've done, when we towed this home empty weight, this thing weighs at about 1,282 pounds empty weight. It did great coming home, no sway, no problems at all. However, we do understand we're going to be adding some weight to this thing, so we went and we got a sway control bar. I'll probably come back with another video pretty soon on what to do and how to connect that and whatnot. We're not really sure we're going to need to use it right away, but we're gonna, once we get the weight on it and get this thing ready to go for its maiden voyage here in a couple weeks, because we're actually going camping in about 2.5 weeks, guys. We'll know exactly what we need to do based on the weight and whatnot. Another last thing that I want to cover, again, it says multi-lock systems. Right here you see we have a bolt lock, bike lock here, and the pen lock area to make sure no one can come and pull up the pen here to make it so that this can be latched to another vehicle. And you have a tow lock. These things work pretty good, and they're all keyable. They're not you have separate keys. There's no universal keys to them. Now granted, keep in mind, guys, these are just deterrents to anybody. If someone really wants to come and steal something from you, they're going to do everything they can to get it. And that thing could possibly, you know, with a lot of damage, they could probably get that thing off. But it does deter the person from wanting to come, because it takes a long time, and especially when you're out in a camping area, people have an inclination of who you are, and if it doesn't look like you should be fiddling with that person's trailer, someone's going to know and probably start asking questions. So again, guys, I wanted to you know, get us all prepped and ready to go for this adventure. As you can see, my wife, she is super excited about this. She's been talking about it for weeks. We're finally getting ready to go here soon, so I'm very happy about that. And she just basically comes out here just to sit and yeah, enjoy. So needless to say, guys, thanks for joining in. If you can, leave a comment, subscribe, click the notification button to let us know that you're watching. And you can give us some feedback, because again, we're brand new campers, but we would love to get some great feedback from you guys. And hopefully we'll get back with you pretty soon. Until then, my wife has actually called this George. So hopefully George is going to do what George does. So again, guys, have a great one.